Hi, I'm Peter Haddock and I'm here with Paul Morrow, and I've got the safety glasses on, folks, because I'm going all rigid today with this fantastic new machine on the innovation trail. Paul, this looks like a really crazy piece of equipment. What is it called and what's it all about?
Well, RIDGID have launched this amazing bit of kit. It's called the STRUTSLAYR, and it's for cutting industrial steel strut. And it does it without any sort of chipping or sparks, and it eliminates swarf and makes a nice portable product to get around site and to create cuts in strut a lot easier than traditional methods.
Right, so folks, I've been playing around with this, and so I can actually do it myself. Right, so we've got a typical strut here. What are the type of things that struts are used for, Paul?
Well, struts are used in all sorts of industrial situations, whether it's mechanical installation, whether it's pipe for mechanical or electrical installations, especially refrigeration, air conditioning systems. They use a lot of this, and they have to cut it into lots of smaller lengths. So this type of tool is really useful. Saves a lot of time.
Ceiling above us, folks, held together by these sort of things. You know, when people are doing fit outs in shops and they've got to get it done quickly, held together by these sorts of things. So, STRUTSLAYR.
That's right.
This is a STRUTSLAYR moment brought to you by Peter Haddock. So, am I going to get this right, people? So, I'm going to put it in like this.
That's right.
I'm going to do. Oh, step one is you get it in there. I'm going to take a little chunk out of there. So, safety-wise, I've got the glasses on. I'm going to hold that there as well. And so, one thing here at the back, I'm going to put it on. Green light is showing, and so therefore we are ready to go. So let's, Paul, stand back. This is a safety moment, but I'm going to do this. So 3, 2, 1, STRUTSLAYR, engage. Woo! How many seconds was that? Only a few. And what have we got left here, Paul?
Well,
talk to us about what that does instead of typical methods. I would have hacksawed it, or
that's
I would have taken
a
grinder to it.
Exactly right. So if you're using those traditional methods, you would have seen this cut wouldn't have been square.
Yep.
So that would have caused a real problem when you're joining materials.
Of course. Yeah.
You would have seen burrs on here that you'd have to spend a lot of time cleaning up.
Right.
So not only have you an inaccurate cut, which is not square, but you've then got to spend a lot of time deburring it. So this is saving a lot of time. And look at the bench. Is there any swarf on there?
No,
nothing at all. It's completely clean.
And we're all lit up, so we can see
you can see what you're doing. That's right.
This line here, folks, is actually the line where you can measure from. You put your tape in there as well that cuts it, so you've got a measured set. So I'm not going to cut it too small. I'm going to get it to the right size.
Exactly right.
Again, what's important about this is that there's a sustainability criteria here, folks, because if I am cutting it too small, I'm wasting materials, and wasting materials is costing the planet, but it's also costing a lot of time and effort and money. Now,
that's right.
If you think about it, there's a battery on here, 18-volt battery. You said there's a bigger one as well. What are the size of the battery?
That's right. We can go. I've got a 2.5 amp hour battery, which is the small one you've got there. You're getting around 150 cuts out of one charge. Takes about 45 minutes to charge. Or we've got a 5 amp hour battery. Right. So you're going to double the amount of cuts. So up to 300 cuts off one battery. 300
cuts, 3 or 4 seconds a cut. That is productivity right there. But the most important thing for me is safety when it comes to doing things like this. Grinders doing that, slipping. You know, we're not having to clamp this on a clamp that we might not clamp hard enough. We've got the clamp built into this whole product there. So fundamentally, what we've got, folks, is an ability to do everything in one space safely. Look at where my hands are. They're not anywhere near the guillotine that's in here. Look at that scenario, it's all lit up, and, you know, simply don't want to waste any battery, do we?
That's right.
Just turn it off when you don't want to use it.
One more thing about the tool, which is quite unique, is this particular tool is what we call maintenance free. So it has no service intervals at all. Partly because it's got brushless motors.
Right. Okay.
So when you compare a brushless motor, it doesn't create any spark. You've got a cutting head that has no spark. So hot works permits become something you don't need.
Right.
Now,
So what we're doing is we are saying that we can cut this effectively. Look at that. I'm happy to run my fingers and thumbs around there. no problems. Am I bleeding? No, because it's done it as a guillotine cut. Also, we've got a situation where you're not going to have to get specialist permits to use different things.
That's right.
Also, no sparks. What does that mean, Paul? If we're working in an environment which is enclosed, no sparks, lots of stuff going around, no hazard for fire or anything like that.
That's right.
And even worse still, other things that could happen with a spark.
Yep.
Fundamentally, this is why we do the innovation trail at the Executive Hire Show.
Yep.
See cool things like this. I've loved going rigid with you, Paul, as they say, and it's great to see innovation that's fit for purpose, that's doing the job, and that's actually taking all of the hassle out of doing that, isn't it?
Just a great way that RIDGID are improving safety on sites, they're reducing risk, making the place a safer place for everyone to work. So it's a great tool, it's been taken up really well in the industry, so we're really hopeful that this is going to go out and be the standard from here on.
And this, folks, is turned off, don't worry. This is the STRUTSLAYR from RIDGID. Thanks very much, Paul.
Cheers.